bee. You see it? Okay, it's finally left me alone. I legitimately feel like my life has been in danger a few times with this expedition of honey today with my dad. I learned a few things. I learned that you should not be afraid, that the more you sweat, the more attracted they are to you. Because even though our sweat tastes salty to us, it is sweet to them because of the amount of intake of sugar that we have here in America, both real and fake sugar. I realized that you will survive a bee sting. I learned that you can smoke too much where you can't breathe and your honey can get a flavor to it that is doesn't taste real well. Found out that if your brooding area where your babies are going to be born gets honey bound, the hive swarms. So explain that to me. The top is like basically like a cap.
Yeah, I can turn this cap over. See, I got it. I can turn it over, and it got it's hollow on the other side. Man.
So they've got it glued down, which you said in your previous videos is normal, correct?
Yeah, it's normal. They fill up all the cracks.
Yeah, because they're making it weatherproof, predator-proof, you know? So watch this, guys. He's going to smoke under the edges as he lifts it. Welcome to the world of honey. So explain to your viewers, why are you doing it like that?
I'm taking the caps off the honey. That's wax. I'll run to that later. And by doing this, you see that? The honey will drip out, but the combs will be good. I'm not digging in, and I won't. I'm trying to help my bees. All I want to do is get all them caps off.
That way the honey drains out, correct?
And it's just starting. And this thing is heavy. Now slide it back and hold on to it.
Okay.
Ooh, that's heavy. That's rough on the shoulders.
Yeah, it is.
I got to figure out a better way to do this.
Because we have to work smarter, not harder.
Amen.
All right, so my dad was explaining to me, if you dig in and you take out all the wax that they have built on top of this, it's
capped. I'm taking the caps off.
Yeah, but you were explaining to me that the frame that you put in there, they have to build a cone out of, like, off of that.
That's right.
To be able to do this.
That's right.
If you dig into this while you're removing the wax and the cap so that the honey can drain, if you dig out the cone that they have made, then they have to rebuild it before they can actually start storing honey. Which, like he said, I'm saving my bees hours of work by not digging into this frame. By simply shaving off the cap, allowing the honey to drain, and not digging into it. He's gonna get honey faster than the average person.
Yeah, it'll rebuild the honey faster by doing this. Now, it don't look like much, but now, this will go right here and just drip. And it'll keep on dripping.
All right, so he built a frame. Oh my gosh, that's the best honey ever. I'm licking it off my fingers, y'all. Yep, licking my fingers like a kid. So what you see here is the frame he built in his storage bin that does have, where's the drain on this side? Does have a drain, a honey drain down there. So these right here are gonna basically, the two frames on the side are gonna hold up the frames so that they can just drip.
Yeah, they'll just drip.
And so the frames aren't actually touching the bottom of the storage bin. There we go. You can see here where the cell, this is the cells we're talking about, got taken out when we uncapped it. He's gonna leave these tiny cells that you see, this looks like brown, on here. Because before the bees can make honey and store it, they have to rebuild all this area with these cells.
Yeah, they have to rebuild the cells.
And that is the cell, all the brown. And you can see, do you see that? Look how unique that is. And you can literally see here on the edge where the cells stop. Like where they accidentally got taken out. You see that?
Here's one with no frame, and I tried to save it. I wound up with this. I have to redo it. That one there had a frame.
Oh, so
There's
that's
the difference.
really neat. Look at that. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
When he says that he's trying to save this part so the bees don't have to totally remake that.
Right.
Wow, look at the honey on that. How much do you think we got in there so far?
A bunch.
Wow, that is
A lot
so
of wax,
amazing.
too.
That's amazing. Now you said you felt like this frame was too old.
Well, yeah, see, that's dark. It's old. Some of these frames actually was given to me, and they were dated like 2015. And I think this is one of them. I don't know if there's a frame in there or not. Because it's not written. Usually it's on here, frame or no frame. If you notice, all mine is written no frame, no frame, frame.
Yeah, okay, so guys, there's a tip for you.
Whoever did this one did not write on it and tell me what's in here. I reckon they figured you'd find out.
I'm thinking maybe
No,
there's a frame.
There's no frame.
There's no frame. Oh, I see, you went right through it.
Yeah.
Now, what is the darker stuff in the center, Daddy?
That's just old. It's been there a while. It's some of the old honey, the bees walking back and forth. And your honey keep, that's fresh wax. It's pretty and white because the bees don't walk on it that much. But this wax here has been in that for over almost 2 years. So they've been walking and working on it for over 2 years.
Do you think that's why sometimes honey is darker? Like your honey this last time was so pretty and amber colored, and then you think maybe that's why sometimes when you see honey and it's as dark as that?
The honey we out of the keeps was a young honey, and it's fresh. I have no idea what plants it came from. But this honey right here has been in here for what? Like 2 years?
Yeah, you've been doing this now about 2 years.
And what it's doing, it could be all kind of honeys.
There may be the question why sometimes your honey that you get is lighter colored and sometimes your honey is darker colored.
Oh, see, that's a wire. Now my frame,
That's a wire frame. That's right. You did have some wire frames. That's what you were talking about
Yeah,
in
but-
video number 1.
Now my frames are not wire. They're all fishing line, 14 gauge, 14-pound fishing line.
Yeah, but in video number 1, and guys, if you haven't seen that, or video number 2, go back and watch those. You'll see how the materials we use to get ready for the expedition and our honey expedition. But that's important to see video 1 because we talk about the different type of frames you can use, and this is one of the ones he was talking about. That's food grade?
Two bee honey original.
Okay.
Let me see how much I got to jack. How much I got to jack to make it work.
So you guys saw my dad going through and basically knocking all the wax and the honey, except for the cone part that he wanted to keep. Now he is basically elevating the edge of his storage bin. You can see, Daddy, what's that drain called in case they need to order those?
It's a honey valve.
It's a honey valve. How cool is that? He has a food grade bucket, 5-gallon bucket, and it also has a honey valve. What do you have there, Papa Sammy?
It's a paint strainer for a 5-gallon bucket. it strains paint just to stop all the nasties from getting into my honey.
And you guys saw him open it. It's brand new. So my dad did want to point out to you guys, try to use you would need to use food safety buckets, okay? Because some plastic buckets will have very harmful chemicals in the use of making that bucket, and you will basically poison yourself and not mean to. So now we're problem solving. We've got everything the right height. We're just trying to figure out what type of funnel we could create.
In the future, we will buy the right equipment. This is our first real heavy harvest.
Yeah. And so it's learning. Like my dad said, we're learning. And when you start, guys, my dad and I say this to everybody all the time. You have everything you need in your hands to get started. But so many people don't get started because you're missing one or two things. Create what you need as you go. Upcycle, recycle, repurpose. And as you make money from your from your new ventures, then you buy what you need. If you go into the hole, buy everything brand new, A, you don't even know if you're gonna like beekeeping. B, you don't even know if you're gonna be able to make money beekeeping. C, the laws in your town might say you can't. So our thing is start with what you have in your hands, okay? Just start small, you've gotta get going. Build clientele, and then as you get into it, as you learn more about it, then you know what products to buy. There's 1,000 beekeeping products that my dad could have already purchased, and he held off until he really harvested for the first time, which you guys are seeing our second harvest ever.
Show them the stuff behind.
Oh yeah. So yeah, my dad was just saying, I just bought this. So my dad has never purchased boxes like this. He has always built them. But he sold his first harvest of honey, literally paid for all of this. And these are nice. I mean, they have a nice thick wax on them. They'll last probably until my kids have kids. So that's the thing. He didn't start by buying this expensive setup. He started with handcrafted, hand-built materials, harvested the honey, sold the honey. Now he bought nicer stuff. That's how you build a debt-free farm, homestead, or business. So thank you guys so much for being here with my dad and I, as he taught me. For the first time in my life, I was able to get out there and be a minimal part of the harvesting of honey. That's what I've been doing this whole time, licking everything. I'm gonna tell y'all what, this man has some amazing honey. And if you're one of those blessed people to have gotten a hold of my dad's honey, comment and let everybody else in the world know this man has good honey. So please like, comment, and subscribe. I've got to go. I've got things to do on my farmstead, but it was an honor and privilege to work with my dad today. And I hope you guys have someone in your life that can give you this kind of wisdom. If you don't, subscribe, join our family. Wow. Hey Dad, look what we did today.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That is pure honey. And I guess you guys probably saw that piece of wax that just moved through. That's okay. That's why he has the painter's mesh in there, remember? So the next time we harvest honey, all of this will be replaced with proper equipment. But for now, look at us think that through. All right, Daddy, what did you call this again?
Making money, liquid gold.
Liquid gold, guys. And just so y'all know, we sell a quart for $25. Now, I know what you're gonna say, wow, that's so high. Really, it's not. 20% of store-bought honey, even if it says organic, can have fillers like sugar, syrup, and other things added to it. So you're only getting 80% honey. And guys,
that's legal.
And that's legal. Yeah, that's actually legal. So when you're buying from someone that's 100% pure honey, pay them what they're asking, because that is, you guys have watched this whole process, that is coming directly from the hive. Lift this for me.